Did you know back in the late 1960s to the early 1970s, there was only an estimated 12, that's 12, music or concert photographers in existence in the entire world? I'm Robert Maxfield, and I'm a concert photographer in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and welcome to my channel. Today, I follow probably 12 music and concert photography forums on Facebook. And to give you an idea, one of them I'm looking at right now, which is Concert Photography, is a private group and has 19,500 subscribers to it. 19,500. And okay, guaranteed. Well, let's say of those 12 to 15 forums on Facebook, a lot of them are the same people. I'm on 12 of them, so that means at least probably. So that's how explosive concert music photography has grown since 1967. Well, in 1967 was the start of Rolling Stone magazine. In 1973 was the start of Buddy magazine in Texas, and these magazines were very radical, very forward, thinking for the time. Um, so, how do you compete with 20,000 other people in a music arena that is oversaturated? And the competitions is just crazy. It's nuts. So, how do you do that? Well, I did some questionnaires over the last week, and one of the questionnaires was, do you have a website that is dedicated strictly to your music and concert photography? The first thing you need to do is get a dedicated a website that's dedicated to nothing but music photography. A lot of people put all their general photography and all that stuff. If you're a general photographer, you're a general photographer. You're not a concert photographer. You may be a photographer that happens to do music, but you need to have a place that you can drive your customers, the people that need to have interest in your concert photography, to a place where they can see your photographs, and that's real important. So you're going to have agents and managers and artists and PR people, media people. You want a place for them to go so that they can view your stuff. Another question is, do you have an Instagram account that is strictly for your concert and music photography? How active are you on your Instagram? How active are you on your website if you have those things? How active are you on Facebook in its forums? And what are you doing to market yourself as a concert photographer? One of the issues that I see quite frequently that's out there going on out there is you'll see hundreds of these people that are showing their photographs on Facebook, and they all look alike. They all look exactly alike, especially a lot of the hardcore metal things. You got these people that look like they've been dug up out of a casket, and they've got all these weird makeup. I mean, Kiss had weird makeup for the time, but it's gone a lot further than that. But it seems to be very big in Europe, and it's moving more and more to America. So that's becoming very common. But if all your photographs start looking like everybody else's photographs, that can be a problem, and trust me, it's going to happen. So what are you doing to make yourself stand out and be different? How much do you invest in yourself as far as advertisement? Um, okay, the simplest one of the advertisement things you can do is have a business card. On the business card, you'll have your name, your telephone number, maybe where your website is, your Instagram site. You need to have something that when you're at a festival or concert or something like that, somebody walks up to you at the concert, you hand them a business card. That could be anybody from a manager to a venue owner, a venue operator, could be an artist, could be anybody. So what happens is that they come up and they say, hey, who are you and what do you do? Bam, here's the card. When I go to festivals or places, sometimes what I'll wear is like the shirt I just showed here, where it says what I do. This one's my YouTube one. I have concert ones that say, you know, a little more detail. Why is that important? Man, the other day, two guys came by and wanted to sell me solar panels. And I walked them around the corner of the house and they looked at the back of my shirt and they said, hey man, this guy's a YouTuber. Hey, they figured it out. So it's important to advertising yourself. One of the newest things I'm working on is little koozies like this thing. So when we're at shows or concerts or stuff like that outdoors, we'll be drinking out of these things. And people around you notice this stuff, believe it or not. And it may seem real little minor, but it works out real good, because one of the things that at festivals or concerts, we have multiple bands, multiple acts. You got maybe sometimes multiple management. You may have multiple artists that are interested, and they all want to know who you are and what you're doing. So you may have other venue owners or other operators that'll be there, and it just gives you something as being legitimate. When you can hand them a card, when you can hand them something, or you're dressed properly, it helps to promote you, as opposed to going, well, I'm sitting here in a black t-shirt with nothing on it, or I'm sitting here with no identification or anything like that. And that becomes a problem, along with not having a website or an Instagram, to say you need to have something to promote yourself. The really weird question that I put on there was the size 13 by 19 or larger for your print size. And the reason for that is I'm getting ready to do a show, and I've done these shows before, where in art galleries, where I have my photographs presented in an art gallery, and they have to be large. So the quality of your photograph has to be very, very good to be that large, and thus the 13 by 19. Also, what's crazy is I've seen in the area billboards on the side of the road for artists at various casinos and places like that, for shows coming up, and that's something. If you're printing it 40 feet by 10 feet tall, that's a pretty good size print. So one of the reasons for the 13 by 19 or larger question. Well, it's time to say thank you for viewing our videos. We appreciate you. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, anything like that, leave them down below in the comments. And please like and subscribe. It helps us out quite a bit. But thank you, and we'll see you next week. Till then, see ya.